You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a matchup today where the focus will be on the passing game. The Broncos are top 10 at defending the pass, and they'll be going up against the Vikings, who will need to solve that secondary.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, as you get a look at Sports Authority Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Denver Broncos. Fake here on first down. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. A huge play there right off the bat. 59 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Again, it's Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. 3rd and goal now. Maybe the offensive coordinator thinking blitz here. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now it's Rodgers. Being chased out left. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They run again on 1st down. Cook trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him. And some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 3rd down, Winston. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Again, here's Bernard. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, that's Grant. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
So the D-line's going to spread out. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Play action now, Winston. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Third and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. From the gun, Winston. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. A give. This is Cook. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. the play fake. Winston. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good. But when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And the kick by Rosas is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Cook following the penalty. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Cooper will come in motion right. They run it again with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. C.J. Anderson of the game. He gets it here. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. There goes Green. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Denver getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah,
and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Now this time Rodgers will throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. It's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Jameis to throw it. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is knocked down from the side. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. Runs through the contact, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Now a handoff looking right. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll be a loss of a yard, and we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And Rosas puts this one through. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Rodgers now on 1st down. Shreds the tackle. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. design run for their wideout. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's got it. The tight end, Jeff Heuerman. 23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. 1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On play action, it's Rodgers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Vontaze Burfict in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Gary and Conley. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
2nd down, 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team Defensive tackles, because we asked them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They'll run it now out of the gun. Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they... take over at the 26-yard line. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
They go play action. Winston. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Amari Cooper with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And it's up and good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. A big hit. Knocked out sideways. So the Broncos coming out now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On first down, Rodgers. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Calais Campbell with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Final minute now of the third quarter.
Over here. Hey, we got 4 down. 4 down. Take it easy. Over. Watch it. Run right. Watch twist. Easy. Hey, 88.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down. The Broncos on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah. Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius by doing.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. And he's got it up and through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
On second down, here's Rodgers. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. They'll run for it. Anderson bulldozes past him. 6 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be first down, Denver.
Okay, I'm giving credit and then some on this call. When it's fourth and that many, you know that 99% of the coaches are throwing the football. In this case, though, they figured the defense was playing the pass, took a chance, ran the ball, and picked up the first down.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Bernard. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
26. 26.
from midfield. Here's Rodgers. He drops it off for Bernard. And he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Broncos on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. They convert on third with a gain of 22. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. 10 yards still left on second down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Screenplay, Anderson. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. And this seemingly endless drive continues. On third down, it's Grant. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. And McManus able to put it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Ready? White 25. White 57. White. We own them. White 50.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Let's go.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And he comes back with one complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. Winston will kneel down, and that should be your ball game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Vikings, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's just their 3rd loss as they fall now to 10-3. And they will try to turn it around next week as they head down to Carson for a matchup with the LA Chargers. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation